Hi, and welcome to show 13, A Nose for Detail. This is a true story and was sent to me by one of our viewers. With their kind permission, I decided to retell this story because of the interesting fact that at the time of this happening, the person in question was completely unaware of the totus unus principle and had not even seen the website. Nevertheless, the principle worked perfectly, as it always will, for good or bad, and resulted in the dream fulfilled. The story starts out with Jess and friends on board a coach travelling from Denmark to northern Italy for a skiing holiday. The trip meant sitting on the coach for more than 20 hours, and in Jess's own words, "I just hate to sit on a bus and do nothing. I felt like I was in a prison cell. All the way to Italy, I imagined that when the time to go home arrived, I would not be on the bus, I would be on a plane. All through the trip on the bus, I imagined I was in a plane going home. The day before we were due to go home, we were all at a local bar, and out of thin air, the doorman knocked me down and broke my nose. I was not able to travel for 20 hours on the bus, so my insurance company paid for my flight home. What can we learn from this story? Details. We really have to be careful of what we dream for. I will start doing your lessons right away." Okay, let's take a look at the way in which this came together in terms of the totus unus principle. First thing, there must be desire. Of this Jess had plenty. It was a horrible journey, like being in a prison cell, he says. Then there must be controlled imagination of the desired outcome. This took place over 20 hours. There must be a quality of realness about the imagination. Throughout the trip, Jess imagined not sitting in the coach seat, but the coach seat was the plane seat. There is one further element that we have not actually covered yet on any of the shows, and even though Jess has not mentioned this, I'm going to stick my neck out ahead of time and say that I guarantee he did this last part. I liken this last part to dropping a seed in fertile soil. The seed is sort of lifeless at that point, but with a little moisture and time, germination takes place. During this germination, you can't do anything. The seed is becoming all on its own. It is this germination part of the process that I am saying Jess most certainly passed through. When finally the coach trip ended and the skis appeared, I am saying that the seed was dropped. No more conscious dreaming of the desired outcome. In other words, germination was allowed to take place without continually disturbing the seed, without continually moving or probing it. I'm further saying that from then on, there were only occasional revisits as to the dream fulfilled. The message from this is that once you have created the thing you want in your life, once you have planted the seed with 100% commitment, with 100% feeling of the reality that you already have this in your life now, you must allow germination. This germination is unseen works, unseen events, unseen players on the stage of life that are moving and playing out their roles as you dream moves you ever closer to solidified reality. Am I saying then that you must just drop it and never dream your dream again? Most certainly not. But when you return to your dream, you do it exactly as you did at the time when you first did it. That is, you give it 100% the tones of reality. You live the dream from inside the dream. It has to be as real when you return as it was the first time you created it. In other words, you do not half-heartedly play with your dream in between the real 100% revisits. Likening this to the seed again, it would be like dropping the seed, and the second you saw a little shoot, you started poking around in the soil and interfered with the important process of getting the roots down. Now let's liken this to interfering with your dream. Let's suppose that you dream for a new set of bike leathers. Geez, I've got to get bikes off my brain, eh? Anyway, let's assume you have gone through the complete totus unus principle of obtaining the new leathers. You have worn them, you've smelt them, other people have noticed them, you've heard the words said about them. You then drop the seed, you drop your dream onto the stage of life. Then in the next moment or the next day, you start thinking about how you're going to get them. You start thinking about the money to buy them. Then you start looking for the others. Then maybe you start thinking you can't justify spending the money. This is poking in the soil. This is interfering with the germination process. This will prevent the seed from taking root, and this will prevent the actions on the stage of life playing out the play according to your original design. It is not your role to reason the why or the how of anything coming to you. Your role is to only create that which you want to become or obtain. Yes, you can and should return to your dream, but not to interfere with the process. This returning must be with the same level of experience as you had when you first designed the dream. If you return in this manner, you will dampen the soil and you will shed a little warm sunshine, so that your dream bursts out on the stage of life in the full, glorious colour of solidified reality. This has been an important show, one that I struggled with to find a way to get the power of their meaning across to you. Jess certainly played a part in getting this across. Maybe on the stage of life, Jess had to find totus unus to relate the story to enable me to tell mine. Of course, we can never know if that was Jess's role, or indeed do we need to know? Do we need to know how many times the corn sways in the breeze before it is harvested and converted to the bread we see before us? In summary, don't focus on the breeze. Instead, plant the seed of your desire. Do not probe half-heartedly through the germination process. Return with moisture and sunshine in the form of the original dream designed. Go forward with the knowledge that you already have and always have had all that you desire. Well, we've once again run out of time for this show, so take care of you and yours, and don't forget to live and love a little of your dream every day. Catch up with you on the next show, titled The Risks You Run.